the 90s scene was better.
Just going out and having a good time.
You went out, you was in the bar for 7 o'clock.
There's nothing worse than an empty pub or an empty club.
I think the biggest memory of back in the 90s is just everywhere being busy because the licensing hours were different. I mean, there's a whole generation now just don't understand how, you know, if you was going out in the pubs back then, you went out, you was in the bar for 7 o'clock and, you know, to by well, 10:30, 11 o'clock, that was it. If you wanted to stay out, you then had to go clubbing.
I mean, for me, particularly the position that I was in would say music. I think, you know, I don't know anybody who lived through the 90s club scene in Sunderland and has experienced the nightlife and the scene now who wouldn't say that the 90s scene was better. It was far more superior, and there's lots of reasons for that.
Maybe the innocence of it all and just going out and having a good time.
Nobody comes out the house to have a bad time. So there was a spontaneity about people that came out, made the effort, got dressed, bought new clothes, got their hair done, had a shower, put the makeup on, came out. They weren't coming out to have a bad time. So the bonfire was kind of already smoking, but it was our job to fan it and get the flames up. So I think these days, and certainly, you know, over the last 15 years, social media, whatever, you can find an awful lot. You can dive into your phone, you can find an awful lot, and it takes, whereas if you wanted to meet people and you socialized in person those days, now you socialize individually through a device. In those days, you socialized in groups or with your friends, and you had a drink, and that drug that is alcohol meant that it was worthwhile getting dressed, spending the money on clothes, coming out, being ready for a good night, because you're ready for a good night. So our job was easier in terms of making it happen.
But then the clubs, Q Club definitely, on a Friday and Saturday night, just there, great big stairs to get up, and if you've had a few, it was a bit of a problem. But we loved the music in Q Club. We loved Blueberry's Basement. It was such a good club. It played like indie music for the indie kids and stuff, and it was cheap, and it was just really good. So the main two for Sunderland for us was Q Club and Blueberry's Basement. But we did go to Bourbon Street once or twice. And the Ivy House is a pub. We went there as well quite a bit. But there would be, I would say, the main four that we would go to.
To be honest, as an operator, the queues of people that would stand, you know, for hours to get in to different nights that would put on, much more patiently than possibly now, because of how, you know, many choices and different sort of hours that places are open. But I think it just felt like a really exciting time.
Queues everywhere. You've sometimes had as much fun in the queue as you did coming into the clubs.
Yeah.
And queue in place Ali ran upstairs and down, there was a queue to get into Idols, or it was full, and then they would come out and they would next door literally, they'd form a queue to go into Annabelle's upstairs.
Yeah.
So the queue was there from start, you know, certainly till 11 o'clock, 11:30.
Yeah, definitely.
There was a lot of competition. There was still enough people to fill it, which meant the competition was, people are looking for different things out of different venues, but there was enough people in town to make it feel like it was busy, and busy is normally where you want to be. There's nothing worse than an empty pub or an empty club because it's impossible to get an atmosphere. So there was atmosphere in abundance because of the volume, and because of the volume there was atmosphere in abundance, so they both fed on each other.
The biggest memory of back in the 90s is just how busy everywhere was and how it was just great times.